All right, race fans, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and we have the final race of the season tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway in NASCAR Total IndyCar Brazil. It's going to crown the champion here after 60 laps at Texas. Right now, we're in the practice session. So again, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we got a good show here for you tonight. Getting word from some of the drivers that the setup is a little challenging here. This is Texas, so you're going to expect a loose race car, and as the run goes on, the car is just going to get a little bit harder and harder to handle. So it's really important here to take care of the tires, and then also keep that car off the wall there. It's really easy to get in the wall there, coming off the turns, and then also through the tri-oval. Again, thanks for joining us tonight. I think I might have a few of my students here watching this evening, so hopefully they're in for a treat. This is just a little bit of history here. This is NASCAR Total IndyCar Brazil. Good friends with the gentleman who runs this league, Sullivan Gardena. All these drivers, with the exception of one, are coming to us from Brazil. Met up with these guys quite a while ago and racing some Indy cars with them. Also some DTM cars. Have broadcast a few races for them as well. And some of the other types of series, again, IndyCar, even a GT series race. And Sullivan approached me earlier this year about doing a NASCAR season. So here we are. A few things figured out here, mainly how far we are away from the dash. That matters a little bit. We'll adjust that somewhat so we get a good in-car interview. This is on board here with Carlos Leite. These guys getting some final adjustments made on their setups. Oh, I don't know what happened to Carlos there, but looks like we had a little bit of a server reset. I think these guys are going to briefing here. So it does look like these guys do some false starts here, so they're going to go through that routine here. We'll fill the time with some other things to do, I guess. And we'll watch these guys. It's not going to hurt. This so traditionally with a lot of these leagues, especially the South American leagues, most of the time these guys are driving GT series cars or DTM cars, maybe some Brazilian stock cars, where they'll do some what they call false starts. These are just practice starts, just to make sure everybody gets used to, what gear to start in. Also, in some of these, they do a formation lap, and then they'll come back and start from a standing start. So especially in the GT series cars, DTM cars do this. Maybe not GT series, but definitely the DTM cars start from a standing start. So they'll do a formation lap and then come around and start from a standing start. So this is kind of a throwback to that, although they're not going to obviously do a standing start here. They're just going to practice doing a couple starts. So everybody gets figured out what gear they want to start in. I would submit to you that you're probably going to start in in second gear, if not third. First gear is going to be bad news for you here. So again, this is the false start. We call these false starts here, just practice starts, just a couple of these. Unique to this, as far as all the leagues that I broadcast, definitely unique to this one.
Green, green, green.
So again, just doing some false starts there. bit of connection there for Ben Silva in that 87 car. So especially see that through the turns. There's a lot of information. Ooh, that car's a little bit loose. For Edson Luis. It looks like Jair Oliveira is joining us tonight. So welcome, JJ. Can't throw him up here and get him some fame and fortune. There we go. Looks like JJ joining us. Good to see JJ out here. Been a great friend and a great emissary, introducing me to a lot of great race car drivers there in the Southern Hemisphere. Wilson Rashid here in this 47 car, M&M's sponsored Toyota Camry. And I think they do 2 of these fall starts. So the scheduled time for the race is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock Brazil, Sao Paulo time. Qualifications at 8:45. Go on board here. This is Sullivan Gardena heading on into turn 3 here, and you see really turning that wheel. That tells you right there that that tire is right front tire is pretty worn out. Again, really cranking on that wheel. My heavens, man, he's a little bit of tire smoke there coming off that car, so definitely something to, as JJ was talking about there in the chat, you know, let's these guys figure a few things out there, what to do, what not to do. Figure out how hard you can drive this car. Of course, a practice session, you know, good for that too as well. Julio Caligari coming down pit lane here. Just want to make sure we got our replay in sync. Looks like we are. How about that, man? TurnLeft TV sponsor on the front of that car. Sullivan Gardena in the 49 car. Now I suspect that we may have one more of these false starts, and then we will have the briefing go to quals at 8:45 or something pretty close to that 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. And then 9 o'clock, making it happen, 60 laps here at Texas Motor Speedway. Again, taking a look at the the schedule here. Again, 8:45 is the qualification time. Warm up 8:55-ish, somewhere around there, and then race at 9 o'clock here. Race number 7, 2018 Monster Cup season, Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to crown the champion here, 60-lapper, NASCAR Total style.
Pit road will be open this time for late lap cars.
Now, my strategy tonight would be, if I were behind the wheel, would be to pit every single time. If there's a caution flag, I'm coming in to get tires, because this track is really, really tough on tires. So Ed Palumbo there coming off pit lane in that mellow yellow, sponsor number 7 car.
Pit road will be open this time.
Carlos Leite here in the 54 car. I'd like to take a moment, and I'll just say this once we start the main broadcast here, but I'd like to take a moment to thank Carlos Leite and really serving as a translator here whenever we've done winter interviews. If it's not been one of the American drivers, you know, I don't speak Portuguese. I'm trying to learn a little bit. I can read it obviously better than have a conversation in it, but Carlos has been gracious enough to stay and give us the translation there, provide translation between a broadcaster and driver.
It'll be 1 to go this time by.
So Edson Luis here in this practice. False start is our race leader in the 4 car. Ed Palumbo second. Ben Silva is third. Actually, it looks like Wilson Rashid is shown in the 3rd position. Ben Silva is shown in 4th. Well, we're going to take a look at the point standings here coming into tonight. Look at that, Ben Silva, 200 points there. Wilson Rashid, 191. Eders Mago, not here tonight, 188. Carlos Leite, 186 in 4th. Julio Caligari rounds out the top 5, 184 points. That's coming into tonight.
Green, green, green.
All right, back to green. This is, again, a false start here, just getting some practice in here, figuring it out. Ed Palumbo there on the outside line. He's down on the inside line. We have seen some great battles between the 7 and the 4. Don't forget that 87 car. Also, Wilson Rashid as well. Up there too, the 47. And Palumbo working an outside line, able to take that position. Again, this track is very, very tricky here. Very tough on tires. Now we get a caution flag here, so it looks like Carlos Leite. I saw him get up in the wall there. As soon as he's up in the wall there through the tri-oval. And I was talking about that earlier, that and he gets down there into the 49 and then comes back across the track and makes some contact with the wall right there. You know, this track can really get away from you in a hurry. So important to take that into consideration here tonight. Take care of your stuff. Make sure you keep the fenders on it. I think these guys are going back to, I think they might be done with their false starts. So it does look like back to the practice session here. Julio Caligari in the 33 car out on the track right now, getting some laps in the practice session. But again, if you're just joining us, scheduled start time here for the race is 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I think that's 10 o'clock Sao Paulo, Brazil time. Final race of the season here at Texas Motor Speedway. NASCAR Total going to crown the champion here tonight in the Monster Energy Cup season. So who's it going to be? A couple guys there in very good position to take home a championship. Coming up tomorrow night, the Next Level Racing Series will be at Talladega Superspeedway. 79 laps, race number 7 in the 2018 summer season. That is going to be a great one. So Talladega Superspeedway, of course, that's 100% damage, 1X tires, 1X fuel, the Next Level Racing Series, open setups. So that's coming up tomorrow night right here on TurnLeft TV. And again, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. It looks like just briefing at, well, getting ready to go to actually qualifications at 8:45 here. So it looks like getting a few things taken care of here. We'll start the broadcast here, or the race calls and the race here very soon. So right now the drivers are in the briefing. So getting some instructions from race control. All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Texas Motor Speedway. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. NASCAR Total IndyCar Brazil heads on into Texas. 60-lapper here, race number 7 of the 2018 season. We're going to crown the champion here tonight. It's the final race of the season. Who's going to take it? I'll tell you what, man, Texas is a tough, tough track. You better be on top of the wheel here all night long. Very, very tough on tires. Very tough on fenders. I bet Ben Silva's going to have it figured out. You better keep the fenders on it here, man. This thing can get away from you in a hurry. This is Texas. It's high speed, tough on tires, and this is NASCAR Total. So thanks for joining us. Right now we're in the briefing here. Going to be qualifying here very, very shortly. We'll take a look at the track here at Texas Motor Speedway. So 1.5 mile, we're going to call that a tri-oval there. I would argue that it's legitimately a quad oval if you see that two kinks there through the front stretch. Banking in the turns 1 and 2 at 20 degrees, turns 3 and 4 at 24 degrees. And I mentioned this place is very tough on tires. Guys are mentioning that the right side rear tire is heating up quite a bit, causing that car to be loose there later in the run. Pit window is, I think, somewhere around 30-40 laps-ish. We'll take a look. We'll get a better idea once these guys get out here. But very tough track, very fun track, high speed. Things happen in a hurry here at Texas. So thanks for joining us. Again, this is NASCAR Total IndyCar Brazil, the final race of the season. We'll take a look at the point standings coming into tonight. Ben Silva has a lead here, 200 points. Wilson Rashid sits in the second position, 191 points. Edders Magel, who's not here, oh yeah, it looked like he snuck in there. Edders Magel. Going to be driving that Jack Daniels machine, 188 points there. Got an outside shot maybe of pulling off a championship. Carlos Leite, 186 points there in fourth. Julio Caligari in fifth. Elder Mueller in sixth position. Jose Carvalho is seventh. Edson Luis eighth, and Ed Palumbo ninth. Sullivan Gardena rounds out the top 10. Take a look at the schedule where we've come here. Actually, we had one race that I couldn't make it. I actually couldn't make it to the Talladega race. And then we had one, I think it was Auto Club Speedway, that may have been canceled there or postponed, that we couldn't make up. But it all comes down to tonight's Texas Motor Speedway 60-lapper. Should be a great, great race. Got some fantastic drivers out here tonight. So right now it says we're in the practice session. These guys are actually in the briefing getting instructions from race control about you know, where to come off the track to come into the pits, where to enter the track as you come off the pits. Those are you know, important pieces of information, and they're different from one track to the next So definitely something you want to make sure that you're listening to as these guys go through the instructions. And again, you can join us tomorrow night. Next Level Racing Series will be at Talladega Superspeedway. What a great track that is, man. There's going to be a ton of cars out here. 79 laps. Of course, that's 100% damage, 1X tires, 1X fuel settings. And don't forget, that's open setup. So throughout the course of the race, you're going to see guys making changes. There are all sorts of changes that you can make, wedge adjustments and so forth, that you can make during the course of the race to get that car a little bit better. So that's what we'll see tomorrow night in the Next Level Racing Series, live right here on TurnLeft TV. Just like Jose Carvalho has first car out here on the track to get some laps in. A few moments here before we go to quals. Coming up on Friday, Michigan International Speedway High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Series. 2 30-lap heat races, and then we're going to make it happen in that 60-lap points race. That's race number 11 in the 2018 summer season. So that'll be a great one in the Bushwhacker Series. That's a fixed setup league there. So a little bit, this is sort of an introductory league that SCSR does. Try to get some new drivers out, and you know, you really don't have to make a lot of changes to the car. You can make a track bar adjustment and brake bias adjustment, and that's really it. You can't really do anything else to the car. You can't do any wedge adjustments or anything like that. No air pressure adjustments, nothing like that. So it is a fun series. So that's coming up on Friday, right here on TurnLeft TV. On board here, Jose Carvalho, as he comes around the turn. You see that lighting. That's going to be a little bit different there once we go to race. See him making some adjustments there coming off the turn. That thing almost got up in the wall. So you see there's a little bit of oversteer right there. That car wants to come around just a little bit coming off the turn. And then this right here may not seem like it's much, but when you're racing side by side, you come through those 2 kinks right there, things get tight in a hurry. See Edders Magel here in the 82 car. Jack Daniels Ford Fusion. So JJ there, Jair Oliveira, giving us some information about the race control there, talking about passing before turn 1. You know, if you're going to pass, you need to make sure you're, I think passing to the left is the rule here in this series. Make a pass, you got to make it on the left. You can't pass on the right there before turn 1. You know, the other thing is you're going side by side into turn 1. You want to make sure early on in the race here you don't really mess your car up and have to drive the whole race with a damaged race car. So just be patient. Things sort of get settled out here, and go racing in that second half of the race. Here is our points leader. Oh, you must have heard I was talking about him. Ben Silva. He's got a number of championships under his belt, and he is in good position to add another one. 87 car. Ben Silva. Seven car, our only American driver in the field. We had 7 American drivers join up. This is the guy that stuck it out right here. So thanks so much to Ed. I've known Ed for 20 years. We've been racing together for 20 years, man. Isn't that crazy to be thinking about? You've been racing a race sim for 20 years. Yep, definitely been doing that. Ed's a good guy and good to his word. And I just got some word that he signed up for the NASCAR Total Formula Indy Series. So that's going to be a great one. Who knows, man? We're just going to check our schedule. I think that's going to be on Thursdays. Check our schedule. We may end up broadcasting that. I always like doing those different series. Done some GT Series races and some DTM races. IndyCar races. Even did box trucks. Yeah, man, these guys got out of, not these guys, but Happy Hour Racing. They did some like UPS trucks and raced them. It was interesting. I'll say that much. I see Miguel Braga in the chat, but he needs to get out here behind the wheel and get out on the track. Elder Mueller here in the 02 car. Right now shown as 6th on the grid, 28.637 his time. I think Jair Oliveira is trying to bully Miguel Braga and getting in the car and getting out here on the track. I don't even know what he said there. A.I. Gardinovisk. I don't know if that's Portuguese. Julio Caligari here in the 33 car. Right now, Julio shown as 6th on the grid, 28.568 time here in the practice session. Had one of my students here a little while ago, Johnny Schick here, brand new student to me. ninth grade biology class. So welcome, Johnny. So for those of you who've just joined us, may not be familiar with the sim that we're running here. This is rFactor 2. There is really no race sim that's more realistic as far as physics than rFactor 2. Now, granted, the graphics of this game, now I've got some of these things turned down here, the post-processing stuff, because the blur, the focus effect there is a little bit better when you're doing screenshots and so forth than it is for action. You know, Project Cars is probably the race sim is the best for graphics-wise, but really how the race car actually handles, nothing, not even iRacing, can come close to what you get in rFactor 2. So that's what this is all about, and you're not going to see at least the physical damage on these cars if these guys make contact with the wall. This mod, the NASCAR mod, and also, well, the IndyCar's got a little bit of it, but the NASCAR mod, for the most part, you really maybe see some tires fly off. You may see the spoiler fly off, but I think you know, there may be enough pressure there for Studio 397 to you know, push maybe making a damage model for this this particular mod. And again, most of the people I'm sure that are watching right now are very familiar with this race sim, and there are a lot of other mods that you can download. Some of them official mods, some of them, you know, third-party mods that do have damage models. So you name it, man. You can race all sorts of different cars here. We happen to be racing the stock cars, and I hear that there is a you know, an Xfinity mod out, so that's the race series, just really down from sort of the introductory series, I guess. No, I wouldn't say introductory series, but the step down from Monster Cup. Hey, don't forget to jump over to StockCarSimRacing.com. You want to check out some great stock car racing in rFactor 2. You can do it here 5 nights of the week. So SCSR. We'll be bringing you the Next Level Racing Series for them tomorrow night. Talladega Superspeedway, 79 laps, race number 7 of the 2018 summer season. But tonight is all about IndyCar Brazil. Final race of the season, Texas Motor Speedway. They've got some great stuff going coming up here. Formula Indy. They've got also some Legends cars coming up here. So Sullivan Gardena really does a great job in bringing you a lot of mix of different racing. And I have been excited about this, but I think some Brazilian stock cars are coming up very, very soon, right here at IndyCar Brazil, NASCAR Total. And you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to get in the seat of one of those Brazilian stock cars. Those were great in Automobilista, and I would suspect somebody's converted those or that mod over, so we can race it here in rFactor 2. All right, we are in the qualification session. Wilson Rashid out here on the track. 28.257 is Wilson's first lap here. Miguel Braga out here on the track. He's 28.755 right now, shown in the second position. Take a look at our points leader here. Ben Silva. Ben Silva, 28.110. Right now, the top time. I suspect you're going to see a good time out of this 7 car here. Ed Palumbo coming out on the track to make his qualification attempt. Now, again, all these guys out here qualifying at the same time. They don't actually see the other driver. You can do this a number of ways. You can actually do it where everybody's out on the track at the same time, which is what you would see in a GT Series race. You can also do it where you pull up to the line, you wait, and you let the other guy get his couple laps in, and then you pull out here so everybody sees everybody else when they're qualifying. Ed Palumbo, 28.102, the new top time there. Take a look at Edders Megel in that 82 car. He is right now in third, 28.120. And a couple drivers here still finishing up their qualification attempts. This is Jose Carvalho in the 99 Sinister Racing Toyota. Jose Carvalho's first time, 28.321, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that second lap is probably not going to be as fast there because the tires wear out so daggone fast. So Jose Carvalho, 28.217, currently fourth on the grid. Carlos Leite in that 54 car out here making his qualification attempt. So Ed Palumbo is the top time so far. Ben Silva currently second on the grid. Edders Megel third. Jose Carvalho fourth. Julio Calagare is fifth. Carlos Leite, 28.544. Carlos Leite, 28.544, good enough for the 8th position. So Ed Palumbo will be our pole sitter here. So congratulations to the the 7 car. He drives the 54 in another series that I broadcast. But congratulations to the 7 car, our pole sitter here in the final race of the season here at Texas Motor Speedway. So again, a 60-lapper here at Texas, race number 7 in the 2018 Monster Cup season for NASCAR Total IndyCar Brazil. And again, thanks so much to Sullivan Gardena and all of the drivers, all of the members here at NASCAR Total for allowing me to come in and broadcast these races. What an honor. It has been a great fun, and I've met made some great friends here at NASCAR Total. These guys have been so welcoming and very patient. You know, I don't speak Portuguese, and many of these drivers don't speak English as you know, fluently, and they certainly speak English better than I speak Portuguese. There's no doubt about that. But the language barrier is the language barrier, but nonetheless, nothing can really take away from you know, our mutual love for racing. So thanks so much. And I should also thank Jair Oliveira for really introducing me to these guys. Brought me over and had me broadcast a few races. I think I did an IndyCar race and a GT Series race. I think I did a Sebring race, if I'm not mistaken. So thanks so much. Appreciate it. Final race of the season. Who's going to take it? Could be the 49 car. You never know, man. Sullivan Gardena will start 10th here tonight. So looks like we got a 5-minute warm-up, and we're going to make it happen here. "60 laps of Texas." So we're going to take a little pit stop here, and we'll be back just in about 5 minutes to let you enjoy a 60-lapper. All right, we're back with you. Thanks so much. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? It's record time. I'm a teacher, so that means I've got to go to, the kids leave. I have 4 minutes to walk down the hall and, you know, make a pit stop and then be back in the classroom ready for the next class. 4 minutes. Little contact there. Just some pre-race communication there between the 99 and the 49 there. Those guys just letting each other know that, hey, this is what my car looks like. Yeah, hey, this is what my car looks like. Make sure you steer clear. 54, Carlos Leite says, I'm not doing any part of that, man. I'm going to get out here and drive some laps. see how now that we've gone to warm up there, how the lighting has changed in this at this track. So it definitely looks a little bit different. We don't have that you know, quite as much of a shadow effect there, although there's a pretty good shadow there. Oh, made contact there for the 02. Elder Mueller up on that inside wall there. Good thing you get a new car there to come to race. So don't forget, man, this is 1.5 mile. I'm going to call this a quad oval, but this thing is tough on tires, banking in the turns at 20 degrees and 24 degrees, respectively. Fort Worth, Texas Motor Speedway. And stay on top of it. This thing can get away from you in a hurry. So I don't know, man. I'm not sure how they're feeling in the chat, but I am going to throw my cards in and pick a driver. I think the 7 car is going to win tonight. As far as the championship, ooh, I think it might be down to 2-3 drivers there. All right, warm-up is over, and we're going to get the command to start the engines here very, very shortly.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, the 7. Ed Palumbo starts on the pole here tonight. Ben Silva, our points leader, starts in the 2nd position. Edders Megel in the 82 starts in 3rd. Jose Carvalho in the 99 starts in the 4th position. Julio Caligari in the 33 starts in the 5th position. Wilson Rashid is 6th in that 47 car. Edson Luis in the 7 starts in the 7th position. Carlos Leite in the 54 starts 8th. Miguel Braga in the 90 starts in the 9th position. Sullivan Gardina in the 49 starts 10th. And Elder Mueller in the 02 starts in the 11th position. All right, boys, you better take care of those tires. Keep the car off the wall. Coming down off that wall, you really slide back across the track and could get into some guys here. Take a lot of guys out, so you got to be very, very careful. Pace car is in.
Green, green, green.
Here they come. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Racing, you bunch of hot dogs!
Very, very careful here. Oh, contact early on here between the 82 and the 87. And Palumbo, our race leader, pole sitter here. Just behind him is the 87 of Ben Silva. Right there, 2 wide behind. This guy's vying for position. Tough, man. Oh, we got some contact there. Got a caution flag, and it looks like Carlos Leite and the 99 of Jose Carvalho involved. So I saw that getting wild there early. I think they might have been 3 wide there. We'll take a look here. So 54 and the 99 involved in that caution flag. And Palumbo here going to take the yellow. And I mentioned, man, you got to be patient here. You really have to be patient here. Not gonna gain too much here by. Oh man, the 54 there gets into the 7. Our race leader there, so more shenanigans. This is, you see the 47, oh, and the 99 gets caught up there in the wall and comes back down into the 54. Now those guys spin there, so you saw that happen there pretty quickly. This is Wilson Rashid. You see him going to get up in the wall here. Oh, it looked like the 99 might have gotten a little bit wiggly. Oh, they had contact right there, and you see the 99 and the 47 got together. The 99 came back down and gets into the 54 car. Those guys spinning. And then this 54 car here, you know, I think this car is pretty boogered up, and he is down on this inside line and may have made contact with the 54. So you see he's down there on the inside. Go on board with him. And that car, you see, he is turning this car all the way to the right to try to keep this car going straight. So he has definitely got some major suspension damage. And he's trying to get this car across the start-finish line. And I think Ed Palumbo, so he's out of the... Ed Palumbo's going to come by here. And you see, oh, makes some contact right there with our leader. I think that's too much damage for the 7 car, but definitely some contact.
Pit road will be open this time for lead lap cars.
So this setup here is very, very challenging here. So we're on lap 4, got a caution flag. Yeah, things got out of hand here in a hurry. See Wilson Rashid right here, and there's going to be some contact right here between the 47 and the 99, right there. That 99 car up in the wall. And then more contact right here as he comes down across the track and hits that 54 car. And then these guys into the wall here, hard, straight into the wall. And both these guys going to have some pretty significant damage here. So I'd say arguably 3 car, and if you want to add in maybe a little bit of post yellow flag contact there with the 7, maybe 4 cars involved in this.
Road will be open this time.
So I bet the chat is lighting up right now. Uh-oh. I don't know. I don't know if Ed Palumbo has any damage or not. We'll see if we can't get a jump in on his spotter and listen. So getting word there's no damage for that 7 car, so that's good for him. Good news for the 7, no damage. He's got a fast car here tonight.
It'll be 1 to go this time by.
All right, looks like Ed Palumbo has chosen that inside line. 87 of Benor Silva up on the outside. The 82, Edders Magel in 3rd. Jack Daniels, Ford Fusion. 33 of Julio Caligare is 4th. So Ed Palumbo is our race leader here. Chosen that inside line. No damage on that contact there with Carlos Leite, so good news for the 7 car. I know he probably had to be hard, had to jump out of his chest there for a second. Got to be very, very careful on these restarts, man. These wheels can spin pretty easily here. So a lot of torque in these cars, and tire spin. So the 7 gets off to a good start. The 87 just behind in that Toyota Camry. Then our Silva, our points leader. So back to green here on lap 8. Back here with Wilson Rashid, a little bit of contact there earlier. Oh, Edersmagel up there on the wall. Edersmagel makes some contact with the wall there, comes back down right now. And oh man, Wilson Rashid here comes across the track. Wilson Rashid has made some contact with the wall and comes back across the track, and he is down on the inside line there trying to recover. He has made some hard contact with the wall. Take a look at here. This is on the restart here. Now Wilson Rashid down on the inside line in this M&M-sponsored Toyota Camry, 47. This guy's sort of getting it sorted out here, and we're going to see him make some contact with the wall here and come back across the track. So you see hard racing there between Edson Luis and Sullivan Gardena. He's down there on the inside, looking like he wanted to get around Julio Caligari. You see Edersmagel up on the outside, and look at this, man. This car's just going to snap up here in the outside and smacks that wall there, and oh my heavens, man. How did Sullivan Gardena miss that? I have no idea. But now he's going to have some pretty hard, pretty significant right side damage. Right now back in the 9th position. Ed Palumbo is our race leader. The 87 of Benor Silva is in second. Edersmagel shown in the 3rd position. Jack Daniels Ford Fusion running behind that 87 car. Out of the throttle there through the tri-oval there just to make sure he doesn't break that car loose. You see he's drifting up the track there just a little bit, not really working that wheel too much. So very good run right now for Edersmagel. A little bit loose there coming off the turn. Kind of get an idea if you just watch the front end of this car. You can kind of get a, you know, I've driven enough laps here to know when the back end's coming around on this a little bit. Again, maybe here reducing the throttle here through this tri-oval. Stays in the gas here pretty much. And drifting up the track here just a little bit for Edersmagel, running in the 3rd position. So Ed Palumbo in the 7th car is our leader. Benor Silva is 2nd. Edersmagel is 3rd. Julio Caligari is shown back in the 4th position. This 33 car. Just behind him is Edson Luis in the 4th. We get a pass here for the lead. Benor Silva going to get around Ed Palumbo here. So Benor Silva working on the bottom side here through the tri-oval. Our points leader wants to win this race as well. So the 87 pulls off that pass. Now our new race leader, the 7, now back in the 2nd position. So Benor Silva, our race leader. Edersmagel now working on the back of this 7 car. This is Ed Palumbo looking out of the back of his machine. You see the 82. Edersmagel in that Jack Daniels sponsored Ford Fusion. Julio Caligari, Edson Luis also starting to close in here, so tightening up here. This is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. See Edersmagel, Julio Caligari, Edson Luis. 2 through 5. Some of these guys out have made pit stops here out on a little bit fresher tires. Sullivan Gardena here in the 49 car right now running in the 6th position. Miguel Braga in the 90 car is in 7th just behind. Good tight battle here through the tri-oval, the 49, the 90, and the 54. Carlos Leite right there. Now, Carlos Leite shown in the 11th position. Remember, he got caught up in that accident there and has some pretty significant damage. But, oh, man, good racing right there. Sullivan Gardena and Miguel Braga racing for position. Sullivan Gardena down on the inside line. Miguel Braga in that Mountain Dew-sponsored Chevy up on the outside line. See Miguel Braga right here just behind, running in that 90 paint scheme. One of our drivers that signed up and didn't show up for any of the races, so his car's in the car set. Miguel Braga getting out of the scheme and using that one. Edders Magel here trying to go by on the low side. Jack Daniels Ford Fusion below the 7 car. So the 82 makes that pass, and now the 7 back to the 3rd position. This Edson Luis here trying to make a pass on Julio Caligari. This is for the 4th position. Edson Luis down on the inside line. Julio Caligari up high. Good side-by-side battle there. Julio Caligari just behind there in that 33 car. Edson Luis now setting his sights on the 7 car. Ed Palumbo indicating he is fighting a very, very loose race car right now. So Edson Luis makes that pass. Now takes over the 3rd spot. Ed Palumbo back to 4th. Sullivan Gardena is pitting his car here, this 49 car, down pit lane. This battle here, the 02 and the 90 battling for position. Elder Mueller in the 02 car down on the inside line here, seeing if he can make a pass on the 90. So Elder Mueller in the 02 now takes over that spot. That's the 6th position. Julio Caligari now working on the back of this 7 car here. So the 33 7 car here really having a tough way to go right now. The 33, Julio Caligari taking over that spot. And Palumbo indicating he has got a loose race car right now. A little bit of warping right there, at least from my perspective. 49 car makes his pit stop here, coming back out on track. So Sullivan Gardena right now in the 8th position, making a pit stop. Knows, man, that may force some of these guys here to come in. You know, Ed Palumbo indicating how loose his car is. Some of these other guys are quite loose as well. Edson Luis back to the 3rd position, closing in on 2nd there. I think Edders Magel up in the 2nd spot. This is Edson Luis in 3rd. He's really working that wheel through the tri-oval as well. I think I saw Edders Magel about spin out. You see how much he's turned in this car. You see the back end of this car wanting to come around as he comes off the turn. Running behind Ben Silva. Ben Silva is our race leader. They're entering turn 3. And Edders Magel is closing in on Ben Silva right now. This is Jack Daniels, sponsored number 82, Ford Fusion, closing in on that points leader. Miguel Braga here down on that apron. I think he may have had some trouble. Saw some white tire smoke there coming from that car. So Miguel Braga spins the car, but it doesn't bring out a caution. Look at this, man. The 54, the 47, these guys get together right there, man. That 90 hanging on, doesn't come all the way around, so no caution flag. Man, that is that's some great drive. It does come around, but he's down by the pit entrance and doesn't bring out a caution flag. My heavens, man. So Miguel Braga and Wilson Rashid got together here. So you see Wilson Rashid in that 47 car down on the inside line. These guys are going to make some contact right here. And the 90 is hanging on for dear life. Going to go on board here with him. You're going to watch him cranking on this wheel to keep this car put in the right direction. Doesn't work for him because he gets over here in the grass just like being on ice at that point, and that car spins around. So he's back out on track, but definitely got a boogered up race car here. At least some tires. The 87. Now, Edersmagel has pitted his car here, so the 82 gives up the second position, comes down pit lane here to take some service. 87 of Ben or Silva is the race leader. Got a pretty commanding lead right now. So Ben R. Silva in that Toyota Camry has about a 4-second lead over Edson Luis. Julio Caligari in the third position. Ed Palumbo shown in fourth. Elder Mueller is fifth. And 5 cars on the lead lap. Some of these guys have made pit stops here and lost a lap here. So we'll see how this changes as some of these other guys come down pit lane. Don't forget, coming into tonight, Ben or Silva had 200 points here, 9-point lead over Wilson Rashid. Wilson's had a little bit of trouble. He is currently shown in the 10th position. Edersmagel was running in the second spot. He's pitted. He is in third in points. Carlos Leite's had some issues tonight, 186 points in fourth. Julio Caligari rounds out the top 5. Ben or Silva is going to be coming down pit lane here. So he's bringing this car off the track, coming down pit lane. Tough entry into pit lane here, especially when you get some worn out tires coming on the flat part of this track. It really does take some skill to keep from spinning this car out. And the 87 car now on pit lane. Elder Mueller in the 02 shown in the second position. May assume the lead here. He does take over the lead. So our new race leader is the 02, Elder Mueller. That's Chevy up front. And Palumbo has his Chevy in the second position. Ben or Silva on pit lane. Miguel Braga in fourth. That's Luis fifth. Edersmagel is sixth. So the 02 there coming up on Jose Carvalho in the 99. Jose running in the 9th position. Edersmagel coming down pit lane again. That car, not sure what's going on there, but Edersmagel coming back down pit lane. That is a tough break for Edersmagel, and I'm not sure what happened, man. Whether he, I just don't know why he's coming back down pit lane here. See, Ben or Silva coming off track here. We'll see if we can't get an idea about what happened to Edersmagel. This is a little bit earlier here. Maybe he's made some contact with the wall. I'm just not sure. The 82 has made a pit stop and now come back in for a second time. He was running in the second position. Maybe he got caught speeding. I just don't know. We're watching a little bit of a replay here with the 82 car. It is a mystery to me. So Edersmagel now back to the 7th position. Ed Palumbo is our race leader. He's our pole setter here tonight. So got some pit stops happening. Guys coming in at different times here, different pit strategies. This 7 car back to the race lead here on lap 35. Now we're saying we're getting the word that we're only going 50 laps here. That's according to the 7. He said the race setting is 50 laps. So Ed Palumbo in that Chevy, mellow yellow Chevy, up to the lead. Ben or Silva back in second. Edson Luis is third. Julio Caligari is fourth. So Elder Mueller rounds out the top 5. We have 4 cars on the lead lap. Take a look at Julio Caligari in the 99, excuse me, the 33 car. Sorry about that. That's Jose Carvalho in the 99. 33, Julio Caligari right now in 4th. He's 23.9 seconds back. See that car there sideways coming off the turn, so really having to work this car here. Car is quite loose. A little bit of counter steering right there as it comes off the turn, and you have to be really careful coming through this part of the track. Down into turn 1 here. Tight entering turn 1 and then loose off. You see loose, loose, loose right there. Not a ton of stuff you can do for that, to be honest with you. Just got to ride her out. It's a tough setup here. So Ed Palumbo is the race leader. Ben Silva is shown in 2nd, closing in. So this 87 car starting to close in on the 54. Pretty quickly here, so if we're only going 50 laps here, we've just got 12 laps to go. Can Ed Palumbo hold on? And Ben Silva is closing in a hurry, and I don't think Ed Palumbo going to have the tires there to hold on and compete against this car here, the 87 car, as he's really closing in pretty darn quickly. Got to get around Jose Carvalho. That'll help a little bit. The 7 cars situation. This is Ben Silva. Edson Luis here running in the 4th position, or excuse me, 3rd position, having a good run. He's about 6 seconds back. So right now, having a good run there in 3rd. 87 car here is the race leader. You see the 99, Jose Carvalho, going by on the low side. He's 5 laps down, unlapping himself here. Now 4 laps down, but yeah, Palumbo out of the back of his car. That 87 Toyota Camry of Ben Silva now goes by on fresher tires. Now the 7 car back in the 2nd position, and Ben Silva is our race leader once again. That Toyota Camry. Really what I think some of these guys will want here with just a, handful of laps here to go is a caution flag. I know if I were Ed Palumbo, I'd probably want to see a caution flag so I can go in, get some fresh tires, and race it out. 87 here trying to make a pass on the 99. Jose Carvalho 4 laps down now, going 5 back down to 5 laps. Edson Luis here now has caught the 7 car and going to try to go by. So the 4 car, Edson Luis, now moves up to the 2nd position. Elder Mueller here running in 5th. Right now is the last car on the lead lap, so he'd be in the lucky dog position if we get a caution flag. Excuse me, he'd be at the tail end of the lead lap. Edders Magel is in the lucky dog position. Take a look at Julio Caligari right now, 11 seconds back to Ben Silva. He is in the 4th position, that 33 car. Edders Magel is the 1st car, 1 lap down, so he is in the lucky dog position. And And I don't know what happened to him. It's just a mystery to me. I don't know whether he sped down pit lane and had to make another pit stop, but he was running in the second position, made a pit stop, came back out on track, and then we saw him coming back down pit lane. Not getting any word on what has actually happened to the 82 car. Right now running in the 6th position. Well, this guy who was picking him up and putting him down right now is the points leader. What a way to win a championship if you could actually come away with a race victory there in the final race of the season. So yeah, Edelson Carnero joining us there on chat there. So thanks for joining us, Edelson. Ben Silva has got some championships under his belt here and would love to have this stock car championship, the Monster Cup championship here. Some great drivers out here, and this guy has not won this season, but he has put up the most consistent races, week in, week out. They race every other week, but put up the most consistent races and has himself the points lead without winning a race. But guess what? He is 3 laps away of making that happen here if we're only going 50 laps. And I got word we were supposed to go 60, but I guess maybe 50 laps here. We'll see. I've been known to be wrong once or twice. Looks like maybe 2 laps to go. Take a look at Ed Palumbo, man, as he's got Edders Magel getting around him. Ed Palumbo shown in 4th. Some of these guys getting by. Edders Magel gets by, but Edders Magel is a lap down. So Ben Silva, last lap. So Ben Silva, the race leader, 1 lap to go. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Ben Silva wins this race and the championship. How about that, man? That makes my life a little bit easier because I don't have to do 2 screenshots. Congratulations to Ben Silva. Great, great championship for him. Now got that race victory. Edson Luis finishes in the 2nd position. Julio Caligari is 3rd. Ed Palumbo finishes in 4th. So Ben Silva, good job to him, and I suggest he's probably going to do a burnout here. So the 87, Ben Silva does a burnout here and takes this championship and the race win. Congratulations, Ben Silva. Doing a well-deserved burnout there. Can't take those tires home with you, and you can go ahead and burn that engine up, and it looks like he did just that. So congratulations to Ben Silva. We'll get him up in the broadcast booth. So you see Edson Luis comes in 2nd. Julio Caligari finishes in the 3rd position. Ed Palumbo finishes 4th. Edders Magel is 5th. Miguel Braga finishes 6th. Sullivan Gardena 7th. Elder Mueller finishes 8th. Jose Carvalho 9th. Carlos Leite rounds out the top 10. Wilson Rashid finishes in the 11th spot. So the championship and the race win going to Ben or Silva, and we'll get his taken care of, I think. Get him up in the booth here and get our translator up here. So take just a moment. Now I want to take a look at, you know, just really what Ben or Silva was able to do throughout the season here. You know, we had, of course, now 4 top 5s. And didn't have a race win until tonight, but really just consistency. Always keeping himself up front, not making any mistakes, and really putting together one race after another, one great race after another. Again, I think we're going to get Sullivan Gardena up here in the booth with us to do the entire interview in Portuguese. So I think Carlos Leite may have had to leave early. Okay, hey, welcome guys. Congratulations, Ben or Silva, on a great race victory and a great championship.
Boa noite, pessoal. Congratulando você, Ben, pelo campeonato, pela grande vitória de hoje.
Obrigado. Foi uma corrida divertida. Um pouco preocupante as quedas que todo mundo teve aí, mas a corrida foi legal. Eu estudei bem o Palumbo nos treinos, eu vi que ele estava perdendo muito ritmo, então eu estava bem tranquilo. Queria agradecer ao Gardena a toda a equipe aí que participou do campeonato, os amigos do AJ aí dos Estados Unidos também que participou com nós no começo do campeonato, infelizmente desistiram, faz parte, então bora pro próximo campeonato aí, vamos se divertir mais.
He said thank you for congratulations, and he thank you to Sylvain Gardena about your championship, and say thank you to Jay for your broadcasting. And he says we have had a very nice race tonight, and he was watching the Palumbo's movies, and he says that Palumbo was losing his timing on the race. I'm not sure if you can understand this, but he was studying his movies and he was trying to do the best strategy for this race and then win Palumbo's. He was his most closest opponent on the track. And also we have to thank you and our American drivers that was with us in the beginning of the championship. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say, but we're sorry because they don't go to the end of the championship.
Yes, I'm quite sorry about that as well, but it has been a great pleasure in watching all of you compete. You're great race car drivers. I have to ask Benor, he didn't win a race throughout the season until tonight, but it seemed as if consistency and keeping himself at the top of the grid or up front really separated himself from the other drivers in the championship.
Tá falando, Benor, que você, apesar de ter ganhado só na última corrida, né, você foi muito consistente durante todo o campeonato, mantendo-se sempre entre os melhores, aí, top 5 durante o campeonato inteiro. Então ele acha que foi muito interessante essa sua consistência durante o campeonato e que provavelmente foi o que mais fez com que você chegasse a esse título, né?
Pois eu tinha até me esquecido dessa parte aí, ele lembrou bem. A NASCAR é isso, né? Mais consistência, não perder tanto ponto em campeonato. Eu tive uma corrida muito ruim que eu acabei batendo e tomando várias voltas, fiquei 10 voltas atrás, mas não saí esperando que os outros batessem, então eu acho que isso salvou um pouco mais de pontos também. Eu acho que era isso, é por isso que eu gosto de NASCAR, então tudo tem a ganhar quanto fica na pista, então quanto menos desistir, melhor.
É isso aí. The strategy is stay on the track all the time. If you are in trouble, né? You can stay, and in the end you win some points. And I'm sorry, I can't remember what he says. Okay, the consistency. This is the bad way to stay on top of the grid. Don't left the troubles or some issues in the race make you go away.
I have a lot of respect for all of you, Benor. I've seen you drive a lot of different types of race cars, and it seems like you are competitive and up front in no matter what car you drive. Congratulations.
Benor, ele fala que viu você correndo em vários tipos de carros e sabe quanto você dirige, Então, parabéns para você pela sua consistência e pela sua pilotagem nas diversas categorias aí, em diversos tipos de carros.
Obrigado aí. Obrigado pelo elogio e espero te ver mais na pista aí, AJ.
Thank you, AJ, and he's hope to see you with us on the tracks too.
Will do. I would. It'd be an honor for me. You know, a couple of things for Sullivan Gardena. Can Sullivan talk a little bit about what this championship, you know, and running this championship at NASCAR Total means to him, and what it means to him to see Benoit Silva come away with the championship here?
Gardena, ele está falando que queria que você falasse sobre um pouco sobre o campeonato e o que você achou do que o Benoit fez durante toda a temporada, né, vindo a ganhar agora no final.
Tá, beleza. Em primeiro lugar, quero agradecer você, Leite, por estar aí presente para poder dar a gente a chance dessa comunicação legal com ele, já que ninguém domina muito aqui a língua. E o campeonato, esse campeonato foi muito consistente de todos, assim, porque a gente vem de vários campeonatos aí que você sabe, com muitos acidentes, muito problema, e essa foi uma temporada tranquila, todo mundo se comportou bem, os acidentes que tiveram foram assim praticamente coisa de corrida mesmo, e o Benoit, como sempre, surpreende, ele, como o RJ falou, ele mantém o nível dele, ele mantém a estratégia dele, ele não se apavora, ele vai que nem mineirinho, né? Ele vai mordendo pelas beiradinhas até que ele chega lá e a gente sabe que é uma superação de uma pessoa com uma capacidade até superior à nossa. Então o Benoit está de parabéns, tá? Eu acreditava que ele teria grandes chances também esse ano. Entendeu? Agradeço a todos os amigos aí do RJ que tiveram presente, Matt Steele, que ajudou a gente no começo, ao Palumbo em especial, por estar aí presente até o final e estará conosco na Fórmula Indy, isso é bem bacana, entendeu? E ao RJ que fez um trabalho maravilhoso aí, muito obrigado. E o Benoit é nossa caixinha de surpresa aí para quem vai correr aqui.
How are you going to translate all that, Carlos?
I don't know if I can do this. Well, first of all, we want to thank you again about because you were here for all the season again, and we want to thank you to Matt Santel. He helped us with the mod and some issues on the simulator. Thank you to Mr. Ed Palumbo, because he was with us until now, until this last race. And about Benoit, he was a driver made here in NASCAR Total. He was in other leagues of simulator and the AV, but here he has total help of us, and he's a great driver too.
All right, thank you so much.
Many matters. He says many things that I can't remember of.
Yeah, I could gather that. Talk a little bit about Sullivan. Talk a little bit about the other series that you have at IndyCar Brazil coming up that folks can, that drivers can join and compete in.
Yeah, he's already said that we have this next championship about IndyCar, and we hope that other American drivers can enjoy this championship with us. I don't know, but I think that Mr. Palumbo already confirmed it.
So there's a Formula Indy car coming next?
Yes, in September now.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure, my honor to be able to broadcast the races. I've enjoyed it very, very much. And again, congratulations to Ben Silva, and thanks again to Sullivan Gardena.
Okay, but I'm sorry, I have to say that on this race I was wrecked on the first or second lap, and I was total off control of my car, and I hit the Mr. Palumbo, so I'm sorry about that. I have to say this.
Yeah, absolutely. That speaks a lot for your character as a driver and a person. And I was actually in your car on a replay, and I could see that you were turning the wheel all the way to the right just to keep the car going straight. So I completely understand.
Yes, that's a bad situation. So I have nothing to do.
That's racing, as we say, right?
Yeah.
Leite.
Ok, Gardena.
Só convida ele para dia 30 participar no Legendas com a gente, que ele gostou muito também, talvez ele esqueceu, para ele participar com a gente, e que depois eu vou tratar com ele através do PayPal para transmissão da Fórmula Indy, por favor.
O Legendas vai ser for fun?
Vai ser um for fun. Dia 30.
Okay. Mr. AJ, Sullivan Gardena is inviting you to participate of our for fun race at 30 August now with the Model Legends.
I hope I can do that. I'll have to look at my schedule. I've been in those cars. Thanks for offering that, and I really hope I'll be able to join you guys. I just don't want to get beat up on by Ben Silva.
He will be there.
All right, thank you again, guys. I love doing this. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you. And he says too he wants to talk with you about the next broadcasting in the IndyCar, if you be able to do that.
Absolutely, yeah. I will finish the broadcast and speak to him about that.
Okay. Thank you, AJ.
All right, Carlos. Thank you for your translation, and hopefully one of these days I'll be able to speak Portuguese.
I hope that you can understand. I'm not so good, but I do my best.
You do great. You do great work.
Thank you.
Fala pra ele que eu não entendo direito, mas o carinho por ele é grande. Ele é muito gente boa. Gostei muito dele.
Gardena saying that he doesn't knew you personally, but he likes you a lot.
Likewise, right back to him, as we say.
He likes your person.
All right, thank you, fellas. I appreciate you joining us up here in the booth.
Okay.
All right, that is Carlos Leite and Ben Silva, Sullivan Gardena joining us up here. Congratulations to Ben Silva in just a fantastic championship, and also congratulations to Sullivan Gardena. I know early on with the rules plug-in with the stock cars, it was a bit of a trial by fire. You know, we the guys here that we're joining from the United States, we run these stock cars 2, 3, 4 times a week, so we know some of the ins and outs. But hopefully, these guys really enjoyed these cars. It seemed like they did. They were a lot of fun to watch anyway. But again, thanks so much to Sullivan Gardena and all of the drivers here at NASCAR Total and how welcoming they have been. And really, I'll tell you what, man, these guys can drive any car. I've been on the track with them in GT cars. I've been on the track with them in Indy cars, and I've been on the track in DTM cars. And these guys can drive any car. Great race car drivers. And really, when you look at the best of the best, you're looking at a driver like Ben Silva and coming away with this championship. So congratulations to Ben Silva, and thanks again. We'll talk a little bit about what we have coming up here on TurnLeft TV. So coming up tomorrow night, the Next Level Racing Series will be at Talladega Superspeedway. 79 laps there, race number 7, 2018 summer season. So that's going to be a great one. Again, 100% damage setting, 1X tires, 1X fuel, and it's open setups. So Talladega, you know, you're not going to be tweaking on the setup too much at a Talladega Superspeedway. It's really going to be more of positioning, getting on and off pit lane with somebody, having a friend to work with, and keeping yourself in that lead pack there to make a run toward the checkered flag there at the end. So that'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. And then don't forget, on Friday we'll be at Michigan International Speedway in the High Octane Racing League Bushwhackers Series. 2 30-lap heat races just to get her going, and how fun is Michigan? We're going to do 60 laps there, race number 11 of the 2018 summer season. So that'll be a great race. Love Michigan, one of my favorite tracks. And the Bushwhackers Series, of course, that's a fixed setup league, so that'll be a really good track there for those guys. And again, don't forget IndyCar Brazil. They've got Formula Indy coming up. That's going to be a great series for those guys. I'm going to look more into that. Ed Palumbo, I guess, joining that series there and racing, competing against these guys. So should be a great one. And also mentioned in the broadcast there, the interview, that they got some Legends cars. I've been in these Legends cars. Actually, I got them out. I tried them at Atlanta. I think that's where these guys are going to be running, but I also got these cars out at some of those smaller, those little short tracks. You see that right there coming up on the advertisement. I even got these Legends cars out on the some of the shorter tracks, man, and these things are a lot of fun. So they got a for fun race coming up on August the 30th, as you heard Sullivan there and Carlos Leite indicating. So a lot going on here, a lot of mix of racing going at IndyCar Brazil, NASCAR Total. Well, again, congratulations to Ben Silva for coming away with the race victory and the race championship here in the Monster Cup season, NASCAR Total IndyCar Brazil style. That's going to do it for us here at TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Thanks for joining us. We out of here. Thanks to all those guys who joined us on the chat tonight too, by the way.